Welcome in, everyone.
Welcome in. Good to see everyone.
Callie, great to see you as always. I will be there to help you in just a few moments.
Just setting up a few things really quick.
Miss Miriam, great to see you as always. Ooh, what was that?
So that's I'm trying to figure out how to lower that volume. That was a squelch from Kiwi SDR, which comes
Copy
in
that.
really low on my end, but for some reason for you guys it comes in like volume
That's okay.
11.
I turned my volume down a little bit, and that seems to have made the difference. I think that when the headset I wear is on max volume, it just
Just
rips. But
cranks
two
it.
notches down, and we're good.
Okay.
And I can still hear you just fine at that volume, anyways. Welcome in, Randy. Mama D, great to see you. The channel matriarch.
I almost said channel mama, but I wasn't sure if that had the wrong context or something.
T, great to see you, my man. Great to see you as always.
All right. It is another day of protest. This will probably be the largest day of protest around the country. I still haven't seen a feed about protests in the Capitol in D.C. I see protests in capitals in all 50 states, but not Washington D.C. So let me know if you know if anything going on there. Earlier, we were watching some of these and listening to police scanners, which we might listen to some police scanners if they're active here in a bit. Looking through the news right now to see if these protests are staying um, somewhat civil, nonviolent. But more importantly, how are all of you? How are we doing tonight?
Amy, welcome in. Great to see you.
We got Callie in here. We got Miriam Watson, Toolmaker, Randy, Mama D, Master Sergeant T. Amy's here. Soda the cat. Soda the cat says, "Go to whichever country's flag you're waving." You're right. Here in the United States, we should fly the U.S. flag, right?
Yeah, that's not what they're saying, bro.
Oh, okay.
They were repeating. They were kind of repeating that chat that was made last night of making it easier to identify where to.
Oh,
You
where
can
to
fly
send them?
US. Yeah,
But
yeah.
one thing I didn't like, this was months ago, is people were protesting and saying like free certain countries, but they were replacing the U.S. flag with these other countries' flag. Definitely not okay. I'm okay for you supporting your country, whatever, but don't replace the U.S. flag.
Exactly. Oh, T, glad you're feeling better, man. Frost, I'm gonna go on that mission that we spoke about. Keep an
Okay,
eye on me and for the other guests backstage. Be right back.
you got it, buddy. Right now, let's take a look while we're um, waiting on Swiller. A lot of activity again, just southwest of Japan towards Taiwan. We got C-130s, a few other cargo jets heading, or cargo planes tonight. I am half with it tonight. I do apologize. On the way, looks like maybe towards Taiwan. We got Ninja 87. A lot of stuff happening in South Korea as well. We have two R-135s in South Korea. Glad you're feeling better, T. Grayson, good to see you. Welcome back. Toolmaker, the one and only. Good to see you. Master Sergeant T says the whole house got whacked. Man, there was so much crud going around. So a lot going on in Japan. There is call sign Black Cat 5, which is a Q4 drone hanging out over the Med, just west of Syria. Took off from Sigonella, Italy. What else do we have going on? We got Argentina Air Force making a trip. Let's turn on some filters here. What else do we have going on? I got a P8 party over here in Florida. We have some tankers up, C-130Js or C-30Js. We got Gucci 09, KC-46 Alpha over California. We turn off some of these filters just in case there's an E6 hanging out. Right now, pretty much just a lot of P8s. We do have a P8 really far south here in the Gulf of America. Just started tracking right here. Cypher the Cypher. Good to see you. Thanks for coming in. Jake F. Taco flavored kisses. You know what? We talk about tacos quite a bit. Good to see you. Miriam Watson says there was a sentry in the East China Sea earlier. Good spot, Miriam. Thank you. V's here. What's up, V? The Life Inside. Hi, all. Hey, welcome in. And sounds like Swiller's coming on in. Hey, welcome back, Swiller. Oh, you might not be connected yet. Might not be able to hear me.
There we go. I got you.
Perfect. We're just taking a look at what's going on over the sky. We got a call sign Gucci, which is a flight over San Francisco, or not San Francisco, out over California right now. I got quite a few P8s up, and a lot happening over Japan, South Korea, and Taiwan. Got two P8s. We put this back on screen here. We got two P8s. Over here in the North Sea, pretty interesting. One is United States Navy. One is Royal Air Force.
I wanted to take a picture earlier, but I just wasn't in a good position to at work. There was a P8, a UK P8 today that was tracking off the coast of Kaliningrad. But while it was there, in between Norway or Denmark, whatever's over there, I forget the order of which those countries lie in, but the one that's closest to the Ruskies over there, you know, where the cables have been cut between Latvia and all that.
Yes.
He was low over in that area, probably
over in the Baltic
buoys.
Sea.
Yeah, probably dropping sauna buoys. So we were either the UK, I should say, was either actively tracking a Russian asset under the water, or we were tracking shipping in the area to see who's where and at what time. And it'd be very interesting to see if we have a story coming out of Europe in the next few hours here that talks about another cable possibly being damaged. I haven't heard anything yet. I'm just saying I wouldn't be surprised if we did hear something.
Okay.
Because the UK is taking that very, very seriously.
If you are cutting cables and you have sonar buoys in the area, you'll definitely hear those getting cut as well. V says there's a combat sent over South Korea. We're actually taking a look at it right now. No call sign over Okinawa,
We saw
or
a
took off from
United
Okinawa.
States. We saw US B-52 up in the Saskatchewan today doing laps up in Canada before coming back to Minot.
Okay. The Life Inside says, do you all remember the attack on Taco Tuesday and our retaliation was epic? I do kind of remember that. I believe Taco
remember Taco
John's
Tuesday.
has Taco John's. Was it Taco John's had a the trademark of Taco Tuesday, and Taco Bell was not having it. Toolmaker, what was the final vote count today, Frost? What were we voting for? You have to remind me. It's been a long day.
I think I know where to find that information.
What vote count? What were we voting on?
You had a poll up today, and
oh yeah. Okay.
There we go.
The majority thought, I believe. Hey, Callie's joining. We were voting to see if we thought tonight would remain peaceful or things might turn violent. And if I remember right, the majority was we thought at some point this could get violent.
Yep, I know where I voted now. Or I should say I remember where I voted now.
Miriam Watson reports there was a B-52 up in Canada. Thank you, Miriam. Let me refresh the streams here.
And by the way, I did not succeed in my mission. Discord froze halfway through me trying to do that. So I'm hoping that.
Oh, okay. Well, it does look like Miriam's trying to come in right now. It shows, not Miriam. I'm sorry. Callie's trying to connect. Just trying to get the stream refreshed here. I have about 600 windows open here while I'm trying to run a live. Always interesting.
And then I think we'll have to do what you suggested yesterday, where we'll come on the service on the back end, not hooked up to the stream, and we'll do some testing so we make sure that folks are compatible and can get in and have no issues, et cetera, et cetera.
I would love to get more people in here when we can. There we go. So right now we're looking at a few different areas around the country with protests actively happening, police standing by.
Has anybody, and please put in the chat if you have, has anybody heard of any particular city that's a little more spicy than the rest tonight, or does it all seem to be about the same everywhere? I haven't seen too many alerts and too much coming across on my end. I'm interested to see what you guys have seen so far. Welcome in, Hogged Out. V, good to see you.
Hogged Out, welcome back. Hillary is trending on X. Just seeing if there's anything crazy going on. One thing I did see the report on today was that CIA officers, not everyone, received a message of getting that buyout of take your severance pay right now. and we'll give it to you right now instead of kind of like an early leave. How would you say that? What were they calling that?
That I think severance and it was a buyout. That's all. Those are the only really two terms that I've been hearing
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah, that was
Public
something that the
employee buyout.
president was offering.
So I heard on the math, and I didn't check it. So if this math is wrong, it didn't come from me. That it ends up being, I think, with the 20,000 accepting it, it ends up being about 1% of the workforce. Trump and Doge are targeting between 5 to 10% of the workforce. And that beats the rate of attrition is 6%. So if you
Okay.
take the 6 plus the 1, you get the 7. So they're only about 3% off their top end of their target, anyways. They might not really have to get rid of a ton of employees to achieve the cuts if they also eliminate postings and eliminate new hiring. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens as far as that goes.
And I thought it was interesting that it wasn't just for like standard employees, but you would think that the CIA people hopefully aren't bloated in numbers. But you'd think that most people over there are pretty well needed. So I thought that was interesting that that was even offered up if that story comes out to be true. It also looks like Spain arrested a hacker who was targeting the U.S. Army, the UN, and NATO.
That does not surprise me.
I am hearing nothing about what's going on in Washington, D.C. as far as protests, if even at all.
I've got LA news on my TV right now.
LA is definitely protesting.
Yeah, but it's not big enough to make any of the evening news broadcasts down there. So,
Right.
Got that going.
H5N1 bird flu detected in a domestic cat in Douglas County, Colorado. Not great news. I just clicked on a link that V shared, and to my surprise, it was us here talking. Thank you, V, for sharing the live. Appreciate it.
It must not be too bad over in DC right now, because even on the DC news, they're talking about Pam Bondi being sworn in today.
Well, good. Let's keep everything quiet.
Clarence Thomas swore her in, I believe.
I also read an article today that said USPS, United States Postal Service, will not be delivering packages to your house that are from China.
Or Hong Kong.
Or Hong Kong. So if you're ordering packages from, like, was it Shein or products?
Temu.
Yeah, Temu.
Wish.
Yeah, all that stuff. Not going to be
my body
delivered.
armor is never going to get here.
If anyone needs a good price and hookup on plates or body armor, let me know. I've got a good manufacturer for that. Would trust my life with it. Literally.
There you go.
Hogged Out. Got my Warwatch and PUBG going. Hogged Out, I didn't know you play PUBG. That's awesome. Cypher the Cypher says, wonder how to overcome the robots. EMP.
There was another executive order signed today. One that will make some waves around there, and it's a subject I'm going to have to dance around, so bear with me.
Because of AI?
Has to do with because of Al. order was signed today that kept sports in line, so to speak, is the only way I can kind of say that without getting too into detail. But the people playing sports now have boundaries on which team they're supposed to play on, if you know what I mean.
So if you have a certain thing in your pants, you play for this team, and if you don't have that thing in your pants, you play for this other team.
Yep, and there's no switching teams at any point. It's you're stuck with one team no matter what.
With what you were born with.
Yes.
Okay. Hey, see that we're getting better at playing nice with the algorithm with Owl. Big shout out, Hogged Out 82 just hit Prestige 5 today on PUBG. Good job. The Life Inside protecting women's and Title 9. Amy, I heard they retracted that. Which part? Sorry, I'm trying to keep up with chat as well. Is everything on my screen? T says second bird flu strain was found in cattle in Nevada. My goodness. Don't mess with my beef.
You want to know
Amy
something
says if
crazy
they
about,
don't follow, they lose federal funding. Okay.
You know what's crazy about the beef in this country?
Mm-hmm.
So, internationally speaking, who would you think operates the largest head of cattle? Like thinking about it on the country scale, you would think probably what that we do, right?
That
We
who?
must
United States?
we're yeah, we're American. We must have the most amount of beef in the world, right? Well, no, now we don't have the population for
It's
it, so it
India,
must be
isn't it?
China, right? It's India. It
Yeah.
absolutely is India. So here's the thing about that. You can India will grow the cow, raise the cow. India will slaughter the cow.
Okay.
India will butcher the cow and put it into a wrap and box. And they'll send it overseas here to America.
Got
And then
it.
it gets to a meat packing plant. We take it out of the box and we put it on one of those little styrofoam containers like you see at the store. And it
Yep.
now is allowed to slap a sticker that says US beef on that product.
I don't agree with that. I
Same.
I do not agree with that.
Yep, you're right. They don't eat them, but they sure do sell them.
Isn't that concerning?
Well, I get why. I get the whole deal though. Like, if a cow is
Yeah.
sacred and it is in their religion, then raising a cow is like an honor because you're raising, the the deity behind it.
But
But
you're allowed to sell it for consumption?
that's what I don't get, man. That's where the line becomes a little too blurry for me to understand anymore.
The government of Panama has agreed to no longer charge fees to the U.S. government vessels to transit the Panama Canal. This saves the U.S. government millions of dollars per year.
Bend thy knee, I say. Bend thy knee, Panama.
Yep. Hey, I had an E3 fly over. I couldn't see it because the cloud cover was so bad today, but Swiller was like, hey, go look up. You have an E3 and what was it, a Pegasus flying over?
E3 and KC-135.
Okay.
The KC turned before it got to you though, and it flew probably about a couple hundred
Pretty
miles south of you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
that
I'm pretty
E3,
sure on a
man, that
normal
flew right
day,
over you.
I would have seen that E3.
Oh yeah, and at the altitude it was at, if you had a good enough camera, you could probably get a decent picture of it from the ground.
Well, next time keep on giving me those spots. I will I will go out and love
Bro,
to
I look for
try to.
aircraft in your area all the time. And
There's
I will
not
be
much
honest
over
with you.
my area.
Today is the first day in this year that I think I remember seeing a military aircraft over your airspace.
The last one I saw come over my area that was interesting, rather, was um, the. I don't think it's the nuke sniffer, but it has the nuke sniffer like call sign. What
Yeah,
is it?
it was probably a
Um,
Cobra or a Hoover or one of those Top Cat.
no, but
Oh, speaking of which,
yeah.
RC flight that was leaving Asia coming back here had a call sign that they really don't have. It was like Arden 64 or something like that. I mean,
Okay.
you'd almost think it would be like an E6 call sign. Maybe somebody has some intel on that and can post it in the chat. But it was just very weird. They go over his Cobra, they go over his Top Cat, they go over his Hoover, Jake. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
but I have never seen that other call sign on an RC 135.
The cipher says, Frost, what's that about the Yellowstone moving northeast or something? Yellowstone for a while has been gradually moving and expanding. There's tiny micro quakes that happen there, I believe, just about every day. V says, except balloons, Frost. Oh my gosh. So probably coincidence, but right before we had that huge fire here, I was outside for hours tracking this geostationary, like spy looking balloon. Um, Tracked it down. It was actually contracted through a third party company through NASA, right over the mountains where we were at. Not too long after that, we had that massive fire that was actually putting our town in big danger. So that's
Mm-hmm,
interesting.
mm-hmm. I remember that. We were all worried for you, man.
Michael R
Good,
says Fox covering 5051.
good spot. I'm gonna put that on. Still in. I got the DC news on just as far as it goes, and there's nothing there as far as the local protest goes on their coverage. So I am going to switch over to um, my version of Fox News that I can get. Man, there's 87,000 followers on their stream right now.
Holy smokes.
Or
Don says the
viewers, I should
hotspot
say.
powering Yellowstone stays in the same place. The crust is what's slowly moving. Yeah, the caldera stays in the same place, but yeah, just what Don says, the crust is slowly moving.
And then speaking of eruptions or potential eruptions,
Mm-hmm.
there's going to be that eruption off of the west coast sometime this year. They're predicting for a volcano that's 4,500 feet under the surface of the water. They said you could be fishing in a boat right over the top of it and not even know. To
Where's this
create
at?
the this is right off the subduction zone, up in Cascadia. There's an underwater seamount there that they predicted is going to erupt this year. They have a
Like
way
off
of
the coast
measuring.
of Oregon?
Yeah,
Like
Southern Oregon, Northern California.
that one has, because I used to live in that area. That used to scare the heck out of me, and it still does. Um, I hope nothing ever happens there, but they're pretty much at this point just waiting on it, if I'm correct.
Well, this particular seamount they can measure, and it has an area of land underneath it that gets inflated.
Mm-hmm.
And once it gets to a certain point, it just basically can't hold anymore. And then an eruption happens. And the type of eruption that happens is like the one that they were having in Hawaii and up in Iceland, where you get these like long rips in the earth of lava that's little fountains out of it, but not like an eruption like Mount St. Helens was.
Oh, okay, so we're not talking about the major earthquake they're waiting on. We're actually talking about an eruption.
Yeah, an
Okay,
actual eruption. And
got
then
it.
another place, an island over in Greece that I can't remember or hardly pronounce the name of. But there's an island over in Greece right now that they just evacuated because of the earthquake swarms. I think we might have talked about it on Sunday or Monday night, if I remember on the stream. But since then, there's been over 4,000 earthquakes, little
Man,
micro earthquakes. Exactly right, exactly correct. V fissures, and it creates the one up north in California creates a lava type of lava called pillow lava.
hmm.
It doesn't sound like any pillow I would want to
We've also been talking
sleep
about the
in.
earthquakes in and around like Indiana. We've been talking about the subduction zone just off the coast of Washington and Oregon. That one I've been looking towards and thinking about for quite some time. They say that one's when it goes is going to be bigger than potentially bigger than the one in California as far as like seismic
Yep.
wise. Amy says yes, in Greece I heard microquakes every 5 minutes. Don says the hotspot at Yellowstone has left calderas all the way to Nevada in the past 15 to 16 million years. It sits in the same spot as the continent moves above it. How all
Hmm.
that stuff works is just fascinating. So, some of the
Yeah.
live coverage we had today of the protest, it doesn't have to be protests, but when major things are happening, is everyone in chat pretty okay with us tracking stuff live like that and taking over the map space temporarily? What we do is for the community, so we want to make sure we're doing right by you. Tiffany Dogs, what are they protesting? They are protesting deportations and ICE arrests. They're also protesting against some of the decisions of the current administration.
Ooh, I don't know what city, but they just showed a sign of somebody holding a free Luigi sign.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a lot of people out there think that that's a weird one, and I don't want to piss off Al, so I'll leave it at that. But the more I look into it, the more I'm kind of agreeing that it's a weird set of circumstances. It's going to
The
be interesting
Luigi
how it
stuff.
plays out. Yeah,
We'll just start calling it the Mario Party.
yeah, Mario Kart. He was definitely playing with the red shell that night.
Yeah. Welcome in, Tiffany Dogs. Jake F. Why would you protest getting rid of criminals? That's a good question.
Certain people believe that crime shouldn't even be crime, so let's start there. Let's not start there. Never mind. Never mind.
That was like when Portland, Oregon decriminalized all chemical substances. That was
Mm-hmm.
wild. And then you couldn't even go back and visit. The place was just a mess.
Yeah, Portugal
There's
did it for
the
10 years.
Yep, there's the submarine in the Amzi Museum that I'd love to go see. That whole area used to be so beautiful, and right now it is dangerous.
Yep. Same thing for me here. I live in a decent. I live in a. I say I live in a decent neighborhood. I live on a decent street in an okay neighborhood in a rough part of town. Um, if that makes sense. But if I want to go do things like in, say, Sacramento,
Hmm.
the things you got to go through to get there, the in between, man,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
the
Kids have to
hard
duck
stuff.
and cover as you go through the neighborhood. Cypher the
Yeah, like
Cypher, talk to you later. Got to go play time with the mate. Hey, have a good day. Thanks for stopping by, Cypher the Cypher. Go ahead, Swiller. Sorry.
uh, totally lost my. I yawned and I lost my train of thought. I must have let too many brain cells go in my yawn.
Because we are in goldfish mode. We're in squirrel mode. Actually, the other day I was creating a squirrel mode t-shirt just for the fun of it. Let me see if I can pull that up. Where did I post that?
That should, after you show it, that should be the next poll question.
What should be on the next t-shirt?
No, should we add the squirrel shirt to the line?
Let me scroll through here and find it. There we go.
I saw an advertisement for a funny shirt on the talk today.
Oh yeah?
It was for, it was a picture of Ace Ventura when he was wearing the tutu, and saying "Put me in, coach" on the shirt. It was just a hilarious visual from that movie.
Amy says, I heard Russia was setting up with one of the bigger ships to go to sea again. Interesting. I'll have to check into that. Don says, the Kirov class, they announced it's going back to sea about twice a year, this time for real, though. Thank you, Don.
No sarcasm in Don's sentence at all.
And Callie M says the shirt is awesome. Yeah, a lot of us are pretty squirrel mode most of the time, including myself. Easily distracted.
I guarantee you, if I wore that shirt up the hill to a little town called Placerville and walked around downtown Placerville, I could probably sell 100 of those shirts.
Yeah. If you guys have any good ideas for t-shirts with Warwatch on the front or something like that on the back, shoot me a DM, put it in the ideas channel I think we have on Discord. Throw it to us in chat.
Dude,
We'd love to hear it.
Dude, V just dropped one in chat right there. Check that out.
Hey, one could say rabbit hole. Oh, that's a good one. V, that's a great one. Between today and our next live, we're going to try to do our best getting people to come in here and test this with us and get other people in here. V was able to come in the other night. We're going to work on getting Callie in here. And then whoever else would like to come in, who's a verified member, definitely come in and come up on stage and say hi. Amy says, I would love the rabbit hole shirt. Awesome. Hey, V, that's a fantastic idea. So other than the little bit of protest that's going on, I can't say it's little. I mean, they're happening in technically, supposedly 50 states. It's, dare I say, a pretty quiet night. EAMs have been coming in, though.
Yeah, I'm looking over in... Oh. Got a very interesting call sign on an aircraft that I cannot say, but I'll give you the hex code if you want to look it up.
I'm pretty sure I saw that one.
Talk, the one that was right off the coast of Morocco, almost to Spain?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Now,
I almost said it.
I know that it stands for something in another language, like, Forso, Arrow, whatever, right? But they'll still get mad if we say it. So go look it up on your own if you want to see what it is.
Just in 201,000 birds hit by H5N1 in Maryland. Today there was a cool spot of a Virginia-class nuclear-powered attack submarine coming into Pearl Harbor, marked today. Let me see if I can put that on screen. I freaking love submarines. I'm not sure I could be one on one full time, but man, they are super awesome.
I've got an interesting flight for you.
Okay.
CFC 3300 is up currently over Wisconsin, due west of Madison. It's a Canadian A310, which I believe the Canadians use as personnel transport. It left Toronto and it got over Cheyenne and did a 180 and is heading back towards Chicago right now, basically.
Interesting.
It's
That's
just a really
weird flight pattern or path.
Yeah. And they did it out at like, if I'm seeing this right, they did it out at like 20,000 feet, maybe 24,000 feet. And then once they got over Cheyenne and turned around, they have gone up to 37,000 feet. So that's an interesting flight. I wonder what that's all about.
Something else interesting. Reed Timmer is saying that there's a weird tornado setup between 2 and 7 a.m. in Kentucky. Weird to see tornadoes in February, especially while I have snow and negative degree temperatures here in Wyoming right now.
Yeah, I had a nice little thick layer of ice on my truck this morning.
I'm getting radio traffic here. Let's see what it is.
Marshall Martin, welcome in. Welcome in.
Marshall Martin, good evening from foggy Oklahoma, everyone. It's freezing here in Wyoming. Marshall? Not sure if you guys can hear that, but it was any aircraft, any station radio check on 11175. I don't have it pulled up on my computer right now, but it's coming over my HF radio right in front of me. Don says it was 85 here yesterday and 78 today. Holy smokes, Don. What is everyone tracking in your area? What did you guys see in the news today? What are we concerned about or tracking for tomorrow or upcoming?
I got a question. What's everybody tracking, or what did everyone track for dinner tonight? What was on the plates tonight?
I had chili.
I'm about to fire up this barbecue and grill off a steak myself.
Heck yeah.
Got some shells and white cheddar pasta to go with it.
So, we got white shells pasta. Let's go.
Oh yeah.
So salt and pepper. How are we finishing off those steaks, Swiller?
All right. So last time I was up at Bass Pro Shops.
Okay.
I picked up a seasoning called 1886. I don't think it has anything to do with like Yellowstone and the well, that was like probably like 1883 anyways, is what I'm thinking. But anyways, no relation to that. It's just a seasoning, and it's a really good seasoning. Garlic, some paprika, salt in there, onion powder. It's got coriander seeds, which is just a great flavoring to go along with it. And I throw Lawry seasoned salt in with that because there's not enough salt in it for a steak. But mixing it into burgers, this is actually, I've put it on pork, I put it on chicken, I put it on beef. It's a versatile seasoning. I highly suggest everybody go out and add this to their cabinet.
Give me the name one more time. It was 1883.
1886, I believe. I'm gonna go in and grab it real quick.
While Swiller's doing that, V was Jack in the Box. I think that was tacos, right, V? Callie had pizza. Amazing. Amy Hoon, meatloaf, noodles, and corn. That sounds like a winning combination. Uh, Jay Moore, adult grilled cheese. Jay Moore, hey, what makes an adult version of the grilled cheese?
All right. It's from the company called Suckle Busters.
Okay.
It's barbecues, rubs, sauces, and such. They say best in Texas. It is 1836 beef rub, 1836 beef rub, and no MSG, no preservatives, all natural. It's naturally gluten free in case anybody has a gluten allergy. It says it's sea salt, black pepper, garlic, onion, paprika, and quote unquote spices.
Wow, that sounds amazing. Let me know how that is.
But yeah, no, it's good stuff. I'll tell you that.
So Amy Hoon said having an adult grilled cheese. I've heard putting mayonnaise on a grilled cheese is pretty good, like a little bit.
Yeah, 100%. I agree.
Side note, really quick, on 11175, if you are listening at home and you're aware of memes and funny stuff on YouTube and the internet, Rick Roll is currently standing by for traffic. Have you heard that one before, Swiller?
Sorry, say that again. My audio actually disconnected for a moment. Just got
Oh,
back.
you're good. So on 11175, Rick Roll was standing by for traffic.
Oh, it was Rick Roll? I couldn't hear it. It was modulated in my area.
I think it was Rick Roll, which would be
maybe it
hilarious.
was maybe it was Rick Ross.
There we go. So getting back to the food, Jay Moore had the adult grilled cheese. I'm going to scroll through chat here. Miriam Watson said, I had steak and eggs, and that's what I eat every day. Miriam, that's awesome. Some good amount of protein
Jake
there.
F. Jake F with the Korean spicy cheese noodles and barbecue ribs. Let's go.
Let's go. We are such foodies. Like, we could almost be considered a food channel, right? Hoot. Are those tacos? I can't tell what the emoji is there. Burritos,
Looks like
maybe?
either a burrito or a wrap. I can't tell.
It's a W either way. Master Sergeant D had mustard for dinner. Callie M. Let's see here. V has heard the Rick roll before on HF. Don has says, I've been saying this for years that I wanted to Rick roll the HF GCS. They are listening. Yep. Don, tonight's your night. They're probably going to connect with Never Going to Give You Up. Never Going to Let You Down. Oh, Miriam Watson with the outstanding hearing says, I believe it was Griswold. You know what? That's probably pretty correct. I have this headphone in my left ear. I can't hear much out of my right ear. Too much pew-pews. And yeah, I heard Rickroll, but Miriam Watson has some excellent hearing and hears the call signs way better than I do. Dave had Wendy's Big Bag. What comes in that? That sounds awesome.
Biggie bag is usually a junior bacon cheeseburger or a double stack or whatever they call it. Or you can get some sort of a chicken sandwich. You get 4 chicken nuggets with it, a small fry, and a drink.
Why am I just hearing about this now? That sounds amazing.
For like $6 to $7, depending on what part of the country you're in. They used to be $5 biggie bags. Then they went up to 6, and now they're 7 here in California.
All right, so I'm going to get some hate for this. But Wendy's here in Wyoming and in the region, they sell chili, and it comes with a cinnamon roll. Here in Wyoming, I think we've talked about this on the channel before, a long time ago. Here in Wyoming, cinnamon rolls are served with the chili, and yes, people, including myself, dip the chunks of cinnamon roll in the chili. It's a flavor combination that can't be described, and it's amazing. Don says Romeo, India, Charlie, Kilo, Romeo, Oscar, Lima, Lima. I think you're right, Don. Amy says you can make it a large. T says bring back the $5 footlongs. That's kind of garbage. They're no longer $5 footlongs because the commercial still has me hooked.
No, but they are $7. So $7 for
Yeah.
foot long isn't bad. You
I
just
had
gotta
a
have the app.
salad from Wendy's, or not Wendy's, from Subway today, and it was actually funny. I called it a salad, and she goes, "Sir, you mean a protein bowl?" And I'm like, you know what? That sounds much more manly. Thank you. I'll take a protein bowl.
Oh, brainstorm warning saying like chicken and waffles.
Yeah,
Um, speaking of
same flavor
waffles and
combinations.
chicken and eggs that we were talking about earlier, Waffle House coming in with a 50 cent per egg surcharge on their menu.
Ooh.
I'm wondering how wild it gets at the Waffle House.
It's about to. Well, everything on these streams seems to be peaceful so far. We're going to keep an eye on it for you, though. Amy, different here. We only get crackers with the chili. I love crackers with chili too, but something about the sweet, the salty at the same time, and the cinnamon. I don't know why, but it works.
You know, if 10, 15 years ago, I know people still do it, but 10, 15 years ago, the craze was dipping your Wendy's French fries into your Frosties. Who's a fan of that?
Yep, I've done it. Done it and liked it.
I get sweet and sour sauce just for my French fries. I mean, I get it for my nuggets too, but if I'm at BK or something, if I'm getting a burger and fries, I gotta get sweet and sour sauce for those fries.
Swiller, I think you might be like long lost brother. Not sure. I might have to talk to some family members because that is definitely my go to is sweet and sour sauce and fries.
Yeah, yeah,
especially at Mickey D's.
Jake, I'm gonna challenge your Wendy's Baconator with a BK Bacon King. I think it's a bigger, better sandwich. Baconators are great. Don't get me wrong, but I'll take a Bacon King all day long.
So, Callie, we will definitely get you in here. Hopefully before next time. Let's test that maybe tomorrow if you have time. No rush. Yeah, and then soon I'd like to actually in Discord have a mod voice chat get together. Just get on the same page. I want to hear some feedback, hear your guys' reviews and thoughts. Our mod team makes this happen, so I want to make sure all the mods have the tools they need. Don says, I've been dipping my fries since the 80s. Classic.
I've totally tonight we've just been in the flow, man, which is obviously awesome. I forgot to do my admin work. Guys, if you're new around here and you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do so. It's 100% free to subscribe. Just close the live chat for a moment, hit that subscribe button. The other thing we need you to do, or like you to do, is if you could either like or share the stream. Every little bit of support like that helps us out. We want to get out in front of some like-minded friends and family of yours as well. We enjoy this community. We enjoy you guys. We enjoy building this community and giving everybody a place to be together and hang out. And we appreciate every single one of you that are here tonight. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Real quick, Peggy's in chat says, hi there. Hey, welcome in, Peggy. Some other admin duty. Our YouTube stats and analytics say that 30 to 40% of people watching our lives and watching our videos are not subscribed. So right now I'm looking at you, Mr. or Mrs. Unsubscribed. If you like it here, go ahead and nuke that subscribe button and continue to hang out with us. And if you are just hanging out in the back, we have one of the most friendly communities, especially for Intel communities, around. So we have such a great amount of people here. Come in and chat. We promise we'll be nice to you.
Got some late breaking news.
Okay?
People.com, People Magazine, you know those people?
Oh, those people.
People is saying that in February, for the entire month of February, 7-Eleven is giving free Slurpees on Fridays. That's the 7th, 14th, 21st, and 28th. If you have a 7-Eleven near you, you can get a free Slurpee.
You know what? 7-Eleven's doing their job and trying to fight inflation and take care of the country. Hats off. A tip of the cap, really, to 7-Eleven. Nick Easy says, I'm a lurker. Uh-huh. Let's see. I just had a chat here. Daytona Beach. What's going on, guys? We were talking about some of the protests that are happening tonight. We're updating with some of the news. And you know what? For the last 20 minutes, I bet we've been talking about food. That's just what we do here. Amy, I have a Roy Rogers now and love the roast beef and cheese. Heck yeah. Zinmi says, great chat. Love all the people here. Hey, we love you, Zin. That's really all I have, Swiller.
Yeah, I'm just I'm with you. I'm just firing up the barbecue right now as we speak.
I hear the click click.
I think the pasta water is on as well, as a matter of fact. So I think on that note, man, I'm ready to get my grub on and get going here.
Hey, send me a picture of the steaks and the white.
Oh, we'll be on the we'll be on the Discord. I'll just turn on the camera. You'll be good. You'll get
perfect.
your beef fix tonight.
Yeah, because my chili didn't really cut it for me, so looking forward to that.
Awesome. Whoops. Awesome.
So we will see everyone back here. Here in just a few minutes, I'll get the regular programming up and going here in just a minute. And then we will be live on camera again on, Friday? Friday evening, 7 o'clock Mountain Standard Time, 9 o'clock Eastern Time. And if I remember right, that's 2 o'clock Zulu time. We'll be back here on camera, keeping everyone updated and figuring out what we had for dinner and all the fun stuff. And hopefully by then we get some other people in here as well. So everyone have a fantastic night. Swiller, you go enjoy those steaks. Thanks for coming up here and joining me.
Absolutely. Stay tuned for information coming up here on an upcoming poker night. And don't forget Aviation Night still on the schedule, Friday, February the 21st.
Yep.
It'll be on the Discord, but it'll start off here on the live stream. If you have any questions, anything aviation related, I'd be happy to answer it for you. And of course, if I don't know the answer right away, I'll get you the answer. It is our goal here to give you facts, not fear. Facts being the important part there. So I can't wait to see you guys join us on those nights and for our upcoming live stream. And thank you very much for being here, everybody.
Oh, and sometime maybe this weekend or next week early, I did find my programming cable for the Baofangs radios, and on a live stream coming up soon, I'm going to show everyone how to program those, do it cheap, easy, fast. And if you don't have one, we'll show you how to get some. And we'll just go over the basics of Baofeng radios and radios in general. But yeah, until next time, it's been had a really fun time tonight. Thank you, everyone.
See ya.
See ya. I'm out.